Hello, it's me, Snake, and today we're going to be playing some more poker. Got a pretty deep run, a couple other deep-ish runs. I'm just going to combine it all into one video. We're just going to talk about some of these hands, see if I made the right or wrong decisions, all that good stuff. Hopefully we can learn something and get better at the game overall. The first tournament I bought into was the pretty much 6K guarantee Crazy Eights that runs kind of in the morning for my time. Right away, we end up with pocket 10s in a really tough spot, honestly, because it's such a small re-raise that I was just like, it really threw me off. So I just went with it, gambling pretty early on, and not what you want to see. But that's all right, because we got more than one life. We're going to try this again. All right, we went ahead and entered that Crazy Eights again. Now we're going to enter this 4K guaranteed 6-handed dozen. All right, we're going to enter the 2K guaranteed. Runs around noon. Well, what am I saying? It runs at noon for my time. The final thing we bought into was a satellite to a $15. Nothing too crazy until we pick up aces in the noon. And obviously got a re-raise with that hand. No question. Get 2 callers. I'd say it's not the best board, but it's not the worst. Definitely gonna bet, but not too big. And then I snap call just because I have aces. It's about a good enough reason, I would say. Right off to the break. Nice little all-in the satellite. I decided to call just because I'm so short stacked. I lost a lot of chips in a hand that didn't quite make the cut yet. And these under-the-gun all-ins with less than 10 bigs sometimes can be weak. And yeah, we're going to lose that one again. No worries. Tournaments are high variance. You should be expecting to lose a lot. I don't know if I'm putting another buy-in, though, on that one. Yeah, we're not trying that Crazy Eights again. Instead, we're going to do the $2 progressive knockout. Runs at $12.15 my time. $7 buy-in. It's pretty good because it's got a small field. All right, we're going to pick up 2 decent hands. We got pocket 9s on the big blind in the noon. And queens in the 6-handed dozen. Definitely going to min-raise that. And then I'm going to re-raise the 9s here just because both of their actions look really weak. Snap off the all-in with the queens. Get really lucky. And then this is a spot where you can bet or check. I decided to bet small because you can get value from worse still. And then, if they both miss and have high equity hands, you want those to fold. He obviously hit that board, so I'm definitely going to fold. I'm not that guy from my short. We actually ended up winning that satellite somehow. So we're going to go ahead and enter the NFL playoffs monster stack. Looks pretty fun. And we also got ace queen in the 6-handed dozen. Definitely got to raise that. Some people think it's close. I don't. I'm calling. And he's going to check the flop. So we're going to get him. We're going to try and get him off ace king. Easy. Easy. All right, here's our first interesting hand in the PKO. This is an interesting spot because it did go raise, call, call. If it was just like a raise, I might just call. But with 2 callers in the middle, I say go with the jam. And then plus, if you do get it in as a coin flip, there's some extra chips to possibly win to make your EV a little better. All that extra dead money does help a lot. All right, ace jack in the 6-handed dozen. We get kind of weird action because it goes limp and then a raise. This is definitely a good spot to re-raise because Could go all in, but I just didn't think it was worth it to risk my entire stack to try to bluff in that spot. I figured the nice chunky re-raise. All right, another hand in the six-handed dozen. We get a raise and a call. We got ace king on the big. I definitely recommend a 3-bet in this spot. We get the jam, and you guys know how I feel about ace king. Some of you guys might fold here. I'm definitely calling. It's early on too, and this is why, because sometimes your opponent's gonna have ace queen, and when they don't have ace queen, they're probably gonna have a pair, which you are flipping against, and it sucks when you lose, but it's a poker tournament. You can't guarantee yourself a win. All right, this is gonna be the first hand in the NFL playoffs. We got a 3x pretty early position, and then we got king queen off pretty early position. I 3-bet this hand a good amount, but early versus early, it's not good enough. I'm gonna call. But we get a king on the flop, not too bad. We get a bet, and then this is where it gets kind of interesting. We get a min raise. I hate folding top pair on the flop, but this spot was kind of tough because I was like, I really didn't. I honestly ended up just thinking, well, maybe he just is mad that he's not respecting his raise, because people do shit like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we turn a queen, and at this point I'm ready to get it in, because now we beat ace king. That's probably the thing I was the most worried about, which he does have. But then obviously c-bet these 10s real quick. This next hand we have pocket queens, and he's gonna jam from the button, and it's an easy call. I really love this spot. And he's got king queen, and we get a perfect run out. Just what you want to see. The next hand here is gonna be pocket 10s in the noon on the small. Is blind versus blind, so when I raise and he jams, like, I'm really not trying to fold 10s in that spot. He does get the lucky queen on the turn, though. But it's all right. We won that we won that satellite. We definitely can try again now. All right, we're about to run really hot, but this first hand I have ace king in the dozen. I'm gonna min raise under the gun with that. I end up getting a caller. The flop was jack 10 7 2 hearts. I didn't really like it, so I checked it back, and then the 8 was not much better, so I checked it back as well. But then the ace, now that's a different story. And then when he jams, this is kind of a tough spot, but why would he ever check back a 9 twice? So we put in the call. Then we're gonna pick up queens. Okay, so we got ace queen in the knockout, we have ace 10 in the dozen, and we have queens in the playoff monster stack. The other two are raises. This one we're on the big blind, so we don't know yet. And then we're gonna flop top 2, and I'm definitely gonna raise or bet. This one you can go either way, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay the trap. Ace 10 is a call, blind versus blind. We're gonna luck out on the river. We're gonna bet again on the turn. Trap has been laid. He has bet the flop, and we're gonna call. We won 3 streets with the ace queen. Didn't get the river call, but we still got good value. Then yeah, we're gonna bet the river when he checks. I said a rejam, blocking aces and jacks, and a cutoff raising range isn't supposed to be too strong. All right, after all of that craziness, I ended up flopping a set. It's 2 callers I min raised, and then this guy ends up raising me on the flop, and it's such a wet board. I decided to do the 4-bet jam because he also looked really strong, but if we knew he had the pocket 6s, we definitely wouldn't have jammed. All right, now in the noon, we end up having ace queen. We min raise, get a 3x re-raise with the call in the middle, and we block aces and queens, beat some hands. Like, you know, ace jack, ace 10, king queen. Ended up putting in the jam. Caller's going to think about it. He's going to get out of the way, and he's going to snap call with ace 10. And thankfully, we get a decent run out. Decide to apply pressure and jam the queen 8. He's going to call off with the ace 8, unfortunately. We do flop big. Does not work out. Another hand in the noon, trying to run it up after the ace queen. 2 limps. I'm going to jam the ace 9, and then it also folds around to me with 10-5 suited on the dozen. With 5 bigs, sometimes you just got to go for it. And yeah, the ace 9 does not pay off. He limped in with ace jack, and we are going to lose that one again. We're going to make another light jam in the dozen. Ace 2 off this time. On the cutoff, you can jam pretty much any ace, and that's why you can actually get called by worse sometimes. Crazy enough. We're also going to... We did not enter the noon again. We entered the $15 crazy 8s instead, and we picked up 9-8 off in a limp pot in flop top 2. We're going to instantly raise, trying to get value from like ace 9 or over pairs that might have tried to limp in. We're going to turn a full house, and I'm not going to slow down. I'm definitely going to keep betting. And when they both call again, I'm definitely going big now, because someone has something pretty good at this point, and someone did have something pretty good. And we're going to get a lot of value there. All right, this next play is kind of questionable, but ace 4 off, 14 blinds effective, small blind moves all in. I'm going for it. I call. Shows up with 9-6 off. Feeling inspired to make a hero call in the knockout, and am successful but unlucky. We also had already made the money in this. But we're going to go ahead and go right into the next hand, because we're in for over half our stack with 6 deuce suited. Can we win this hand? Oh man, I really hope so. 1 blind comebacks are really fun. It's a good start. I'm not going to lie. It's better. Yeah. Another kind of questionable call, but after the blinds, I would have been down to 2 bigs again, so I decided to gamble with the 8-7 suited. Was completely crushed, but luck was on our side, and he's kind of mad. Hey, man, it happens. Hey, we'll be nice to him, though, now. We should have all-in, though. The very next hand, though, I decided the 10-7 off was an all-in. We actually get called by worse and stack him and collect our first bounty. This hand's going to be in the $15 crazy 8s. I decided to min-raise ace 6 suited. I get called. I bet the flop he calls, and I'm going to bet the turn when I turn an ace. And yeah, I even put him on that hand and still called. But it's all right. Like I said before, we got more than one life. I don't really think that was a good call, because the pot was really small still, but I just really didn't want to fold. And I knew that people in that tournament were capable of doing some crazy things. All right, we're going to try and redeem ourselves a little bit in that $15 crazy 8s after getting kind of wrecked. The ace 10 off, it limped around, and I decided to go with a 4.5x sizing to charge the limpers extra. This should be a pretty good board for me, considering I have the ace of diamonds, so I'm blocking their ace high flush draws, and I have all the over pairs, and I have a lot of the high queens. He's going to call, and the board, I mean, does change a little bit, but I have enough showdown where I feel like I can just check now. Then we actually end up rivering the 10, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try and get value from, a 2 maybe even. Who knows? All right, and that's going to be the end of this video. There will be a part 2, so make sure you subscribe and so you don't miss out on that. Hopefully we make it really far in these.